The sport of curling is an ancient one, invented in Scotland over 500 years ago. But lately, curling's popularity is at an all-time high, with over 1 million Canadians of all ages now enjoying the sport. Operating a curling club isn't cheap though, especially powering the cooling plant for the ice. Fortunately, Diana Smith, president of the Valemount Curling Club, and Korie Marshall, chair of the steering committee, have come up with a strategy to help the local club.
Well, we started prior to 2014. We contacted the regional district looking for help primarily with our aging ice plant. That was our biggest concern at the time because it's not only is it old and inefficient, but it's really expensive to run, and our power bills were getting quite out of control. So we've been working with them for a little over 2 years now, doing a feasibility study, looking at different options that that they think will work, and the feasibility study should be public pretty soon. Hoping by the end of this month, but it might be more like February. It looks like we're recommending that we would like to have the regional district take over the property, and we would sort of lease it and still run the curling club, like as we kind of do, but have the support of them looking after some stuff and upgrading the ice plant.
Okay, so the concept is for creating a taxable service, such as they would have at the arena or VCTV, for example, in the Entertainment Society, the schools, etc. Yeah,
exactly. And if we get the support over the next few months, it could potentially go to a public vote. So everybody from Croydon, essentially, to south in Area H, so Valemount, Cedarside, Tejon, all that area would get to vote on whether they agree with the tax increase. Yeah.
And have they given you an idea of what the tax increase might be?
We're sort of finalizing those numbers. It looks right now like it's going to be less than the increase that's just been approved for the arena. So I think it's around $15 to $17 per 100,000 of residential.
Okay, so Diana, we have a product here that a lot of people use in the community, not just for curling events, but why is curling important for Valemount and the residents?
Curling is a wonderful exercise that you can do with your whole family. It's not something, it's a sport that you can do all generations. So anybody from pretty much 6 years old to your senior citizens can curl. I run a junior program after schools, and those kids are from 6 to 12. The high schoolers also come here and utilize it, so they get to use that for gym, and then of course, the rest of us throughout the week. So.
Right. So we have a curling rink, and it's in operation for however many months of the fall and the winter time. Do you have any plans for making more use of the facility?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. One thing is we have been housing the Valemount Food Bank for a few years now.
Yeah.
We've also partnered with the Canoe Valley Community Association. We've been running some after-school programs with them and some things like hip-hop dance classes for kids. We also hosted the trade show a couple of years ago. Chamber of Commerce held it here.
It's a building too, like funerals that are too large for the community hall. We've had a couple funerals here, weddings, like Korie said, the trade show, many dances, live bands. So we tend to use it kind of for anything that the community needs, really.
So can the public rent it out then?
Yes, they can. Yeah.
And we've got a kitchen as well as a lounge upstairs. So it's there's a lot of things that we can use it for sure.
So what would you say to people who say, look, I'm taxed to death. Why should I pay for one more tax thing? What's the rationale you would give them?
Yeah, we know. I mean, asking for any amount of taxes is going to be hard for sure. The thing is this building was built by a lot of volunteers, a lot of grant, a lot of work, a lot of passion. And our bills have just been going up and up like everybody else's is, taxes, insurance, power bills and that sort of thing. But if we can't actually keep up with those bills, then we'd have to shut the building down, and that would be a really big loss for the community. We don't want to see all of the effort that's gone into this building be lost that way.
Lots of help. What can I start sleeping? Over the hog?
The support of the community is really important. That, like Korie said, this was built by the community, so a lot of contractors, it was a lot of grant money from lottery. Essentially, originally, the land was donated by the village, and then of course the building got to be put on it. So, and a lot of hard work. I mean, lots of volunteers, lots of bond spiels, and that went into being able to have this building there and for everyone.
Presuming this is approved down the line, what's the next step? What happens with the curling club?
Yeah, if the voters agree and they set up a taxable service, that'll essentially mean the club will turn over ownership of this building, which is worth about $1.5 million. We'll turn that over to the regional district. We think the village will probably also be turning the property over to the regional district, and then we'll enter a long-term agreement with the regional district so that we are still actually operating it. So they'll look after some of the major maintenance things. They'll help us with putting in the ice, that sort of thing. But we'll still run the curling during the season. We'll look after the partnerships with other organizations to make use of the facility that's out of season, or,
And a lot of the small maintenance also will be our responsibility.
Yeah.
So all the lights and fire safety, that kind of stuff will be under us too. So.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it looks like an interesting way forward. What is the very next step?
Yeah, the feasibility study needs to be finalized. The regional district staff is just going over that kind of, I guess, with the fine-tooth comb, and we're hoping that will be made public. There'll be an information session that the regional district and us, the curling club, will hold. We're aiming for sometime this month in January, but I think it might be more like February or March.
Yeah.
And then there'll be regional district will have to pass bylaws and all of that stuff.
Right. So it looks like you're kind of on your own right now for this year, at least with the plant that you have, and maybe even into next season before things can turn around.
Yeah, for sure. It was looking like it would be probably the fall at earliest that we would have a vote, and then if that goes through, it would probably be early next spring before everything actually gets finalized and switched over. So yeah, we are definitely going to have to keep running this year and next winter. So we'll hope our plant holds up.
Yeah.
And our power bills stay down.
Yes.
How can the public support you if they want to get behind this initiative?
I think coming out and curling, anything that we host, supporting that, because really we pay for everything through our functions. So all our hydro bills, insurance, propane heating, all those things come from all the activities that we host. So anything that we're hosting, if you can come out and, grab a burger, or, just come watch a game of curling, or even get out yourself.
Yeah.
It's not a hard sport. All you need is a clean pair of shoes. We have all the rooms here. So
Easy to
really,
learn.
yes. And it's not competitive, so it's not, anybody can come out and do it and just have fun.
And if you have problems, like some people have knee or hip problems, you can use the stick. We've got stick
Yeah, the
rooms,
push sticks.
The push
yeah.
sticks. So, and Reg will show you how to use them.
Yeah.
Great. Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.